So, Lyralia, she is Parisian. So she's been playing video games her entire life, and apparently her first game was Hercules on computer. I have no idea what Hercules on computer is. But then she switched to Age of Empires. I know that name. I've heard that once or twice. So yes, could write at a very young age, so that tells us why she reached Conqueror this early, so that she could be able to write a pepperoni pizza as a cheat code. I can relate to this because my first proper English writing word was power overwhelming. Now, Tim, that is a question for you. Do you know which game had power overwhelming as a cheat? And Twitch chat, power overwhelming. Which game? Go, go, go.
As a cheat. Damn it. I remember it from World of Warcraft. Power
Okay.
overwhelming, but I don't.
StarCraft, guys. Okay, we did get a few people, but I am hearing some in-game sounds. Oh, not? Okay. It was just sounds? Oh no. Okay.
I like how Cal just comes in for the buzzkill. You know? It's
You
like,
stay for
no,
the
not yet.
reality check.
Not yet. Calm down. Shut up.
So about Bella, she started playing Age of Empires when it came out, and she stopped before Ranked came out. I don't know if you guys remember those days of Quick Match. Back then, we were in South Africa, and Beastie couldn't log into a Steam account, so he had to play on my computer with family sharing because I didn't own Age of Empires. And now my main account's Quick Match MMR is so high. Every time I try to play a Quick Match with my friends, we get matched against Conqueror 3s, and I hate every second of my life in that moment. So thank you, Beastie, for ruining my Quick Match MMR. But
Does
yes.
he does he do
Yeah.
that? Like, can he ruin mine too?
Oh, do you want him to ruin yours?
Yeah, maybe
Oh,
like in rank 2 or something. I don't know. But now we're back. We're here in the game, Bella versus Lyralia. And Ottomans versus Delhi. This is gonna be a fun one, Whamen. What do you think about that matchup?
didn't you and I play this matchup against one another at a point?
Yeah, do you remember how it ended?
Yes, I do. I do remember seeing that big defeat screen. That is why my
Oh
heart
yeah.
hurts when I see this matchup. And I see Bella's very aggressive right now. That's a very aggressive scout. Look at that production value with the split screen coming in hot. The sheep count is ticking 1-1 right now. But these players are going in a similar direction. They might be running into each other, but it looks like Bella might have the advantage here if she makes the turn right now. And she does. Lyralia going back the other way. Bella already stole one of her sheep. So, yes, guys, TenFourTim beat me while I was playing Ottomans. I just want to make that clear. And he was playing Delhi. He did destroy me.
Yeah, stuck in diamond my ass. And and for Bella, I mean, we're noticing too with these scouts, their scouting patterns are very good. You know, they have an idea of how to actually scout. You can see Bella, she goes to the middle of the map, she takes a turn, she's gonna end up going back to her town center. You do that on one side, you do that on the other side, just to make sure your half is scouted and you get all the sheep that you want to. Now, in this particular matchup, I really do like Ottomans here. I think Ottomans are somebody that you can end up getting a lot of feudal military once you get your military schools. And Bella seems to already have hers because you see a spearman in the queue. And the best thing about those military schools, after they're done studying, after they put their books down, those units are free.
They are amazing. You just need to get that pace. If you can get the pace going, you'll be fine against Delhi. The problem with Delhi is when you build the Tower of Victory, right, they get extra attack speed. I don't play Delhi, so I'm asking that with a question mark. Right? 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 Tim? Right? Come you.
I forgot it was push to talk again. You're
Oh,
doing great. Keep going.
keep going, great. So your units are automatically a little bit better than Ottomans, but Ottomans has free units. So as long as you can go with your little sippies, and Bala is a raider of top sorts. If she goes for the little Sipahis and she destroys the food villagers, she is going to be absolutely fine. So when you're playing against Delhi, just make sure to disrupt the food. Remember, their units cost resources. Yours do not if you're Ottomans. So, gotta make sure that stays balanced.
Yeah, the deli is probably your stereotypical snowball sieve. And I'm going to use a snow analogy for me right now. The best Yeah, Cow's heard this probably about 5 or 6 times. So why don't you just go ahead, deafen yourself, bud, because or you could buckle in and keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle. So for the for for the deli, okay, you need to get obviously you get your production buildings, you get your blacksmith, you need to get all of that. But it's really all about that first fight for the deli. If you're able to get that first fight going, and what I like to call is packing the snow. When you pack the snow well, you end up getting your snowball, you end up getting your sacred sites. Before you know it, you're in Castle Age and it's a full-on avalanche, right? So the best thing that Bella can do is make sure that Lyralia doesn't pack that snow.
I'm speechless.
I've used that analogy for probably about a year now, and Cow is he's so sick of it, dude.
Which cast has been graced with that analogy the most? Is it Rising Empires?
I've used it Rising Empires, EGC, pretty much wherever they let me speak on camera. We're talking about packing snow, baby.
Okay, great. Note for the podcast. If he says the word snow, let's make it bleep. Got it. No, I'm joking. Well, I just want to point out for the rest of you on Twitch chat, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there is a sneaky age up with a very safe unit and not with the Tower of Victory. We're going to be seeing a lot of scholars. So, how do you feel about this opening as a Delhi player, a Delhi enjoyer of sorts, going for the Dome of the Faith? Dome of Faith?
Yeah, honestly, you nailed it. Good job.
Yeah.
You were thinking about a question mark. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, that's a question mark.
Honestly, like nothing's wrong with a little bit of dome, you know, and especially in Dome of the Faith was something that I kind of live and died by earlier in the Age of Empires kind of timeline, kind of like season 3, 4, when Delhi was really, really good. I really liked Dome of the Faith because you don't have to change your build to get a second mosque. You can work on getting your blacksmiths, you can work on getting your barracks and all that kind of stuff. Dome of the Faith kind of got an indirect nerf because the scholars don't heal as well as they used to. So usually you would, with the Dome of the Faith, because they're cheaper, you'd crank out 7 or 8 scholars. You'd bring them in every fight. All of your units would never die. Now, not so much. You do get the amount of scholars that you need to efficiently produce your military buildings. You can get in to get multiple sacred sites at once. So it does still have merit, but you see a lot of people go for Tower of Victory a lot more. And I think probably against the Ottomans, I would go for more Tower of the Victory because you're going to be fighting in Feudal Age. You can use every advantage that you need.
I mean, you're saying that, but when I'm looking at this now, Bella hasn't gone for. Oh, is that a second military school? No, I don't think so. She hasn't gone for a second military school yet. She's getting a blacksmith now, but the problem is now Lyralia. I need to practice to say that properly. I'm sorry, Lyralia.
You butchered it.
Again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. To all the French people out there, I'm sorry. Well, it's a distraction. So we need to get a little bit of stone. And problem is archers are very good at stopping stone, and these archers are going to stop the villagers. So we have a problem when it comes to these archers and slowing them down. So we do see her choosing the sheep from the TC, which is great, but you need to get units out. The thing is, you can kill those archers. You just need a Sipahi, and those things are being built right now. 4 in queue right now.
Yeah, that's the best about those Sipahi. One, you get them for free at your military school. But if you do get a stable, you have the ability to continuously produce it. They are quite the expensive unit. However, Cal, if you want to do me a favor and hover over the stable just to see how expensive they are, 120 food and 40 wood. That wood kind of sneaks up on you a little bit, especially when the Ottomans, they care so much about wood. You can see how many villagers Bella has on wood right now. And one of the reasons why, when you're playing the Ottomans, especially early in the game, you need to put down a lot of buildings. Military school is 150 wood. You need a couple of them. Your production buildings are a little bit cheaper at 100 wood, but you still need a decent amount of them. So Ottomans get pretty wood heavy at this part of the game. But again, both of these players, Whamen, I'm going to make you even more frustrated by this. Both of these players, at about 8 minutes in, they're packing some snow.
I think Cal just quit.
Don't you hate it?
No, it's fine. It's so cute, We'll give you that. It's fine. It sounds like there was a plan behind it. Okay, this Apahi might just take a little bit too much damage, but oh, the TC is firing it up. Lyralia just forgetting about the whole TC firing thing. And if she could target fire those archers, that's going to be a destruction, but she doesn't need to. Because now that the spearmen are down, the horses can come and snack. Did she remember about her horses? They're standing still. They don't understand the direness of the situation. They could be killing those archers. This spearman is causing some trouble. She's going to be like, oh, it's time to bring my horses. The horses are coming. And they're gonna go kill. So she does need to click on those archers. The nice thing is, even if you have one spearman, you know, it's not gonna stop all those horses. The backups are arriving, but they're a little bit late. And as long as she doesn't lose those horses, Bella is going to be ahead. Yes, I think she's still okay. The army doesn't look too great for Bella, but keep in mind, guys, those units are free. Most of them. Most of them.
Yeah, and it'll end up over time, even though the Delhi has the ability to efficiently produce out of the military buildings. I'm not sure, Cal, can you pan over to see if she does have scholars in those military buildings? No, you're on the wrong cow. Jesus Christ. There, there we go. She is efficiently producing out of that archery range of the barracks. So as long as she's continuing to make units, those things come out really, really quick, but you got to pay for all of them. Obviously, the Ottomans, you do not need to do that. Bella has a lot in queue, and I think that's something that I'm noticing she's doing actually a lot better than Lyralia is. All of her military buildings, for how many that she has, they're firing on all cylinders. And now she's trying to get some stone, just because you need 100 stone to get one of those military schools up going. So she's going to be able to get that. She's going to be able to get a vizier point to get an extra military school. Probably her next vizier point is going to be able to do that. And now you've reached a point where the Ottomans, they're chugging like an assembly line.
But the thing is, she knows that this is the point, and you can see this on the minimap as well. The food has run out in the base, the berries. So she knows that Lyralia is out on the map for food. Oh gosh, I will. We should practice that afterwards. I promise. All right, French player is pumping out. Okay, our Delhi player is pumping it out on the food outside on the map, and she's gonna go find them. The thing is, Bella knows because of the timing. She's very good at harassing the food yard. So, Vizier point also coming in hot. But keep in mind, Bella has been kept off of gold for a long time, so she hasn't been able to get all the upgrades as she needed, and the Delhi upgrades are in, but only 1-to-1 villagers so far. This is not looking good. If you're playing against a civilization that has a bunch of free units, the horses at the back, they're looking for damage. They're looking for damage. Find some.
Oh, wow, they're going to be able to get to that wood line with a decent amount of them. Hopefully she pops the fortitude, and she does, which means those Sipahi just hit faster and faster. A couple villagers end up going down. I think that's some of the first worker kills for Bella, and it looks like there's not enough space in that town center. Some of those villagers have to run with their lives with mutton in their hands. Sipahi are going to be moving up north, trying to find some berries. Lyralia does a good job of getting that outpost, though. It's really nice for players, too. If you're in a lower elo and you're thinking about, well, my food keeps getting raided, or my outside gold or whatever keeps getting raided, put some outposts down and get enough villagers over there so you're able to garrison fully without them running for their lives. Lyralia saved probably about 5 or 6 villagers just by that outpost. It's huge.
The wonderful thing about having outposts on your exposed resources against civilizations like French, Ottomans, Mongols, and even Rus is that if you put 5 villages there and 1 tower, 5 villages are safe. If he goes or she goes and attacks your resources, that is the easiest way to just put your villages inside and slowly move your army over there to save those villages. The enemy army is going to take some damage from the tower, and especially in Feudal, that is significant damage. It's not just tickle damage. Now, this is something that Bella just needs to keep going. She has those horses in the backline still, but we are seeing a little bit more control from Lyralia on the sacred sites, but Bella is quite aggressively running around. She does see those archers, and those archers are quite exposed. The Ghazi raided taking that mace and slapping that villager in the face. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, and look at those Sipahi doing work. Do they get another kill, though? That's the big question. Ooh.
I'll tell you what, I hate giving Cal credit for anything, but this picture-in-picture is so good. It's so cool. We can see this raid going on the northern side. That's happening at the northern part of your screen. And what I really like what Bella is doing, and something that, of course, if you are lower elo, this is something that you can learn as well. Attack from 2 different angles at once. Make the other person be in 2 different spots at once. They're only one person. They only have one screen. So if you're able to do that, see how she's going for that raid on the northern side while initiating this battle. Although for Bella, this might not be a good idea. We got Ghazi Raiders, and they're taking chunks out of that archer mass. Sapahi are going to be coming in to try to help, but honestly, Lyralia is doing a good job of pumping military. She's got more than the Ottomans 13 minutes in, and I did not expect that.
Well, the Lena military school did allow for Lyralia to stay on top of this, but again, this is a snowball civilization, so we're gonna see a lot of trouble from the one side. And again, the Sapahi at the back with that split screen, Cal, that is so sexy. That is amazing. Look at those things go down. Oh, but the Sapahi go down too. And at the front on the main base, oh, this is not looking like a great fight for Bella. The thing is, she just needs to hold back. If she can stand back, wait for her free units to come, she will win. She just needs to be patient. Keep raiding. Keep being safe. She did get four total villagers since the start of the game, so I think she picked up 2 at the back there now. But the sacred sites are slowly being captured. They're not being captured fast enough for you to suicide your whole army just yet. So Bella, patience, then attack. Mass, and attack.
And I think there's probably, for Bella, I mean, yeah, she's getting stuff out of the military school. She's continuing to produce units. But look at her macro. You can see it up on the top left part of your screen. She's got about 900 food. She's got about 200 gold. She can make a decision here. She can continue to pump units if she chooses to. Or a second town center. I did not think that was going to happen. My other choice was going to be go up to Castle Age, but you might as well slap another town center, and my god, how many villagers you could pump out of that baby.
That was something I did not expect to come out of any Ottoman's playstyle, and that's a second TC. A second TC is not one of the most standard plays we've seen, but I can see it snowballing pretty quickly. Especially with her knowing she has so much food, she probably, I don't know if this was a choice that she made by choice, you know? It might have been, oh, I forgot my villagers on stone, I might as well just build a TC. And I don't know if this was her idea, but this is something that Twitch chat can take away as well. If you mess up, if you get too much gold, just get an upgrade. It doesn't matter, as long as you use your resources, because you're going to come out stronger in the end. Now, Bella doesn't want to fight this. She just got a second TC. She's floating that 1,400 food, and she doesn't have any wood to make any units from, because feudal units require wood. And her villagers are idle right now. She needs to realize... She realizes. I hope she realizes it's wood time. She goes for the chop. Is she going for the chop? No, she's going for the gold. Bella wants to go for castle. And this is so, so risky, because this is where Delhi can push and kill you.
Yeah,
especially. Oof,
I wanted to. No, you're okay. I want to hop on that point that you said with the gold and your differences in macro, because something for the Delhi, like, use your market. For sacred sites, you're getting all that gold per minute. You don't need any of it for feudal age units. You might as well buy some stuff. You know, you could buy some food, you could buy some wood. You don't have to hoard it too much. But Lyralia is going up with House of Learning, which again, we got military schools, we got House of Learning. This is giving me flashbacks to college.
In college?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I asked, do you have what makes military schools make you think of college? Is it because you're in America and it's like the military? Too soon, I'm sorry.
Listen.
I just asked.
We learn a bunch of things in America. Okay? One of them, they, you know what? It might be a little militaristic. Yeah.
Okay. Noted.
I'll take the joke.
Okay, I'll take it. Thank you for that. Well, guys, we have some Ghazi Raiders going down, and honestly, if I was the Delhi player, I would not be throwing away any of my resources or any of my military army. God, never mind. Scratch everything I trash talked. I just couldn't speak English. I would not be throwing away any resources right now, because what's happening is you're at a point where your opponent is also aging up, and your upgrades might hit sooner. So you just want to wait it out and then take one big fight, because you got this, Delhi. You're a pumper civilization, and your opponent is not ready for that.
Yeah, and it's kind of a weird paradigm for the Delhi Sultanate too, because they go up to Castle Age, but their upgrades take a while. You can see all of them on the top right part of your screen. They're only about halfway researched, and the House of Learning is going to help you out. I mean, you will get a couple extra books that'll probably help you research them a little bit quicker. but it still takes a little bit of time. So a lot of times you see opponents, when they do that, go in and try to take out the deli before they
Mm.
start massing up Castle Age units. But Bella did hit what I like to call the oh shit button, and she was able to get 2 Janissaries for every military school. And as soon as that's the best button to hit when you have a bunch of cavalry in your base. The reason why I call it that is because I usually exclaim, "Oh shit." And then I hit the button and then all the cavalry disappear. It's really great.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that that button has a name of that escalations, because yeah, I can understand that completely. I've lost a few games to people pressing the oh shit button. So respect to all the oh shitters out there. Good job on pressing your button. And the problem is this doesn't allow her to have that extra military school for the pumper production. But she's getting the rest of, or literally is getting all the upgrades in the House of Learning. It does take a while, so she might want to turtle in the Castle Age, wait for those upgrades to come through. Siege Engineering is about to hit. And are we going to see some rams? Because Lyralia right now is not on gold. She's going on wood, and she's going on food. Does this mean we're going to get a ton of spearmen, a lot of archers? Definitely not spearmen, just archers. Lots and lots and lots of archers. Scratch every word I've said.
It's just a big old bunch of archers. That's
Oh.
exactly right. And now we have our first piece of siege equipment, a Springald peeking its head out. And it's such a good job against the Ottomans too, because you know in Castle Age what landmark they're going to go with. They're going to go with the MIA. They're going to be getting mangonels for free. I think the MIA is either the best or top 3 landmarks in the game right now, just because you get that free siege workshop and you get those free siege units that can really help you turn the tide of a battle. These games, Whamen, are some of my absolute favorite because mostly we've been on one town center. Bella just added a second one, pretty delayed. But the villager counts are in the 60s and 50s. Military count going up to about 100. We are going to see we're going to see 2 rocks just beating each other with all
Hmm.
of these unit masses. I'm excited to see this final fight and what actually ends up happening.
The control that we've seen from Bella with her spearmen all around the map is so important. This means she does not press the button select all army like us animals, and I have a lot of respect for that. And this is causing Lyralia to not be able to just get all the sacred sites, get all the relics very quickly. But the relics are being snacked up right now, and Bella is trying to follow suit. She does have her first imam coming out. I believe they're called imams. I need to scholar. No, scholar on the
Oh,
other
they're
side.
imams. Perfect.
Other imams. Oh, I'm getting it, girl. Yes. Okay. Well, the scholars, yeah, scholars and imams. Yeah. Awesome. We have 2 green flags. Represent, boys. Now, the thing is, Lyralia needs to be careful. There is a mangonel, and while she does have a spring ult, this does require micro. It does require you to not press select all army. And we see here another Vizier point. Is that going to be a production upgrade for the military schools? Is it going to be the siege get inside button? Oh, it is the production one, and that means she is going to want to wait a little bit more for this fight. Look at that beautiful siege that we are focusing on. Very nice.
And
Oh, another spring on.
both of these armies, you have this wall in the middle, and I just picture some units like you may have a janissary like peeking over the wall, being like, "Oh, what the hell's going on over there?" You know, both of them are just kind of looking at each other like, "No, you come here. No, you come here."
I'm just surprised that Bella hasn't raided her a lot more with her Sapahis. Because right now, you have a ton of Sapahis, right? But I think she wants to show her Sapahis in her in her face instead of her base. And that map control with that big yellow wall is pretty insane. I mean, the spawn was a little bit off for Bella having a little bit of an advantage with the gold being at the front and at the back, and literally only having a gold at the front, and then again at the front. So the fact that she has kept map control this whole time is such a very insane factor on this map. Good, well played by her.
Yeah, I feel like for Delhi though, the time like just from playing Delhi as much as I do, I always feel like I'm on a clock when I hit
Mm.
Castle Age. And you know, you get the sacred sites. I kind of use them as a means to an end to get better units. But once you get this point of the game, we're 23 minutes into the game. Bella can do something like macro to Imperial and get great bombards, and then it's like, what do you do?
Mm.
Right? So for the deli, like they hit that power spike in Castle. And I wish Lyralia had the ability to capitalize on it a little bit more as that Mangonel gets its rocks off on some Janissaries. That's a pretty good hit.
That is a very powerful hit because those Janissaries are a lifeline. Right now, we don't see Bella using all her resources yet, and she doesn't have everything on gold, is she? I think she just ran out of gold. She might need to go for another one. And she is building another mining camp on the top side just to get out there, get more resources. But this is a risky spot. But Lyralia hasn't really shown as much aggression in raiding as well. I feel like she could capitalize on the fact that she's Delhi. Get the stone, get keeps on the map, get map control. But she's not completely solidifying her control that she has. She's at 200 pop. You can't get more units. You can't. You're getting your upgrades. Your upgrades are free as well. So you might as well start going for stone. Get your keeps on the bay on the map so that you get that map control.
I really like that idea of getting keeps. Usually I'm not one who's usually a particular fan of keeps, but that's one of the reasons why Lyralia maybe not doing that because she didn't go with Compounding Defender, right? She
Mm.
went House of Learning. She decided to stay
Oh
home and
yes.
study. Sapahi are going to be coming in trying to get that raid, like you mentioned. Does a really good job of doing that. She's sending everybody, Metters, banging in the key of G and those bongo drums. So those Sapahi are going to be able to do a decent amount of damage. Lyralia sends pretty much her entire army, Ghazi Raiders, Spearmen, everything that she has to try to take down some of these Sapahi because that's about, I want to say that's about 30 units worth. While Bella on the other side, you
Mm-hmm.
can see Cal doing this very, very well as a prime observer. Look at that. We're dual screening. Spearmen are going to actually get in with that Sapahi. Ghazi Raiders might be able to try to take him.
I got
Delhi on
chills.
the other side with these mangonels trying to take down the Sapahi. On the south side, however, more Sapahi, men-at-arms, that range mass back there running right into the keep. Bella trying to attack from two different angles, but Wham and Lyralia did such a good job of holding this. I don't think Bella's going to come away with a lot of damage here.
Oh, and it feels like she's just running through the keep. I don't know if she knows, but her Janissaries are going to take so much damage in those mangonels. No,
Oh,
don't run
no.
all your units in there. No, you got this, girl. You gotta be careful. She's trying to do us around. She realizes, but it's realizing just too late. Oh my gosh, but we see that raid at the back line, and Cal just on point with seeing that raid. She is killing those villagers, but I don't think she can. If she can hold this and get those free units again, she'll be fine. She just killed a bunch of units, and her villager count is at 26 right now, 27. And
Yeah, I mean,
Lurlia's idle. Ooh, he's a
she
distraction.
she did do a good raid, but at what cost? You know, she lost a lot of her military. Those military schools, you don't just graduate, right? You need to study a little bit before you get out of them. And now with the military count, it's 111 to 24. And I mean, we're in God mode, so we can see all of this. I don't know if Lyralia knows how much military because she could just A move right in the base.
Yeah. Oh no, this is... See, this is one thing. I think if Bella stood back and let the TC help a little bit, garrison some of the units, she might have been able to survive this. But I think running those Janissaries into the keep may have been the one thing that costed the game. But honestly, again, not... Bella, not a player who's ever reached Conqueror, and that's fine. She put up an amazing fight against someone who has been there, which is showing a lot about her potential as well. So it didn't look like a Conqueror versus Diamond game, because as a Diamond, I played a lot of Conquerors, and it was a distraction, you know? It wasn't one of these. Bella, very well played, but Lyralia, the keep kept on keeping. The keep keeping. Yeah, like a
It,
tiny bird. Yeah, I'm
it,
sorry, I
it
spazzed out there.
I was gonna say did a good job of keeping her alive. And there's your second cringeworthy
There we
joke
go.
of the cast so far. But anyway, I'm not proud of that one either. The but honestly, like you're absolutely right. I think Bella did an outstanding job of keeping up with Delhi production, which is not something that a lot of players and a lot of civilizations are going to be able to do. And Bella actually really did pretty well in terms of economy as well. Her eco was good. That second town center really helped her out. I think I would say probably just go to Imperial. I would think. I think if she did go to Imperial, got some great bombards, she would have been able to really break that Delhi wall with all of those keeps and with all of the units. But still, I mean, with Castle Age, with how much she was able to produce and how much she would have been able to take a fight if it was just, one on one, I think she did a great job.